this is spoken to people that are trying to evolve, right? People that are trying to elevate, people that are trying to truly create something significant. Now, whether you're a producer that's trying to be better as far as a producer goes, and protecting families, whether you're an agency manager whom is now leading a first small few group of people and trying to just be a good teammate to them, a good partner with them, whether you're a significantly high, big business agency manager who has built a significant team and you're trying to figure out how to motivate and evolve the evolution of people when they start to become complacent. That's what this is targeted at. Hello, everybody. Grady Paulson here, Family First Life America Beyond. Excited to be on here today with you. We are going to do our Hayden and I, integrity partner, Hall of Fame producer. Recently, we're fortunate and blessed to attend a 4-day leadership academy training put on by our parent company, Integrity Marketing Group. They brought in Tom Ziglar, who's the son and chairman and CEO of the Ziglar Foundation, son of Zig Ziglar, one of the greatest business minds that has ever existed, and put us through the ringer, put us through a 4-day course of all kinds of content, all putting us in a position where we learned a tremendous amount about business, leadership, coaching, how to behave, how to act, how to help people get better. And our goal today is to review that with you and to put you in a position where you're now equipped. And granted, this was 4 days, right? 4 full days. And we're going to do it in about 45 minutes or so and try to give you the best tidbits. So if you like Cliff Notes, you're on the right call. But more so, the goal of this is for you to get better, right? So to come at this with an open mind, to come at this with the reality of, Hayden and I are fairly well personally developed. We've listened to a lot of speakers. We've applied what they've said. We've read a lot of books. We've cut our teeth in the field. We've been knocked down more times than we would care to admit, and picked ourselves back up and went back to business. And coming out of this Leadership Academy, I think we both have put ourselves in a position where we've evolved. And that's always the goal, right? The goal is evolution, right? There is no maintenance mode. You're either growing or you're dying. No one stays neutral. So that's what I'm excited about. Hayden, any initial thoughts about the Leadership Academy before we jump into the slides?
Yeah, I mean, it was some great stuff we're going to go through, obviously, but one of the main things is just like you just said, Grady, it's a constant evolving process where either you're stuck and getting worse, or you're getting better. And a lot of the things that we're going to go through, you've probably heard them. They're probably just, good, gentle reminders. But if you really are intentional with some of these principles and some of these thoughts, it's going to help you so much. And not only, the cool thing about this training is it wasn't only about just business. I've applied some of the principles, in life and with family and in business. And it helps pretty much, full circle with anything that you're going to be doing. So excited to share.
Awesome. All right. A review by Hayden and Grady. So this is our goal, is to kind of review the best principles and practices we've taken. So each of us, it was about 150, 180 people. We were broken up into a breakout. And this was our breakout. I was fortunate, I had Nina in my group, so we were the best group. So we won a lot of challenges, but no, it was actually very fun. They broke us up into smaller groups, subgroups, and allowed us to interact. What you don't see in there is, or might not recognize, Eric Peterson is in there. He's about number 3 in charge of integrity. And then about 20 other integrity partners who have multi-7-figure businesses. So they put a lot of us in together and said, communicate, challenge each other, learn what you can off each other. And so that was one of the bigger benefits of this. These concepts were not like vanilla concepts. These were like triple chocolate funk chunk rocky road with gummy worms concepts. Like, this is high level stuff. So yeah, I said that. Okay, moving on. This is the whole group, all of us put together. And so it was very, it's a mature group, right? We had, a lot of interaction, a lot of high level stuff, but let's jump into the content. And then as we progress. All right. So one of the main things that they strove to talk about was that you, and so this call, this video, this training, wherever you're watching this now, live replay, this is spoken to people that are trying to evolve, right? People that are trying to elevate, people that are trying to truly create something significant. Now, whether you're a producer that's trying to be better as far as a producer goes, and protecting families, whether you're an agency manager whom is now leading a first small few group of people and trying to just be a good teammate to them, a good partner with them, whether you're a significantly high, big business agency manager who has built a significant team and you're trying to figure out how to motivate and evolve the evolution of people when they start to become complacent. That's what this is targeted at. And a big portion is how to have coaching conversations, what a right mindset is for people to put them in a position where we can elevate their thought process and bring the best out of them. And one of the concepts that we'll basically begin and end with was legacy. And, who you are, who we are. And legacy essentially, as Tom Ziegler, who was the host of it, and, he gave us his book, which was very cool as well, was planting a tree you will never sit under the shade of. And that's a deep concept, right? But it's like, what are we building our future for? What are we trying to create here and now and in life? So, integrity, core values. Maybe Hayden, you can jump through this. And this was kind of the overarching message, was the core values then played in the leadership virtues.
Yeah, so these right here, they're basically customized for integrity, which was pretty cool. The whole program was customized, and these are basically integrity and Brian's core values. So service, we're serving the needs of our agents, we're serving the needs of our clients every single day with policies. Respect, that's going to go with everyone, policyholders, agents, staff, everything. Family, having kind of that big work family. We spend most of our time, more of our time with our coworkers actually than typically our own family, and so having that all encompassing family is great. Having integrity, when you say something that you're going to do, you follow through with that and you do it. And then partnership, and being able to basically just bridge everyone together to achieve everyone's goals and achieve their purpose of what they're trying to get out of it.
Awesome. And then from that, Tom broke down kind of leadership virtues of what us as leaders should be embodying, how we should act, how we should behave. And so the goal of this is to take the best parts of all 15 of these points and kind of give you points of it, give you topics of it. So, kindness, selflessness, respect, humility, self-control, positivity, looking for the best in people, be the light, never giving up, standing firm. Like, these are leadership virtues that if you can embody and become, you'll be someone who wants to be emulated, right? So the number one challenge in business, and this is a thing for all of us, whether or not you are a producer who's looking to start a team, whether you're an employer, whether you are an agency manager, the number one challenge in business is finding and developing talent. And your leadership purpose is to equip, support, and draw out draw out a more capable person inside. And the thought of that is that, I talked to an agent yesterday, and, we were talking about how her struggles in this business. And she goes, it's just been really hard for me. And I said to her, well, the challenge that you have is this is your first bout at sales and human interaction, right? You've done some more business tasks, you've done more clerical work, and now here you are trying to become an entrepreneur. I said, the difference is there's other people that have maybe done car sales or pest control or solar sales or previous insurance sales or previous businesses, and they've just been conditioned more to previous business. But the reality is majority of those people haven't had success yet until they find FFL or they find an insurance-based business model like ours that allows us to really capitalize on leads and investing in the high commission options that we have. And so I was like, don't compare your day 30 to everyone else's day 300 or day 3,000. And so the understanding of that is, like, you as new agents out there, you just got to keep taking steps forward. So for us as leaders or managers, the reality is finding and developing talent, right? Now, this girl, she wants to be successful here. So I need to give her like Jim Rohn, how to win friends and influencing people. I need to give her other additional resources and to evolve her mind to learn how to communicate better to make the client feel comfortable and confident to go forward and buy the policy. So did you pick anything up from this part, Hayden?
Yeah, one of the main things that I've found, guys, is finding talent for the most part. I mean, we have an incredible opportunity here. Finding the talent, that's probably the easier of the two in terms of finding and developing. And one of the key things, I'm sure we'll hit on here, is the developing part is really finding, the why and the purpose of your people. Why are they doing this? What is their purpose? And then that way they kind of have a roadmap of things they want to achieve and they know why they're doing it. But on the other side of it, you as the manager or the leader, you can hold them accountable, and basically reference that goal when times get tough or they're struggling.
Awesome. Okay. So this was a pretty cool concept that we learned about, and it was called a T-Rex leader. And the thought process of a T-Rex leader versus a coach leader. And the intentionality of the entire event was to create coach leaders, was to put us in a position where we learn how to communicate better and coach people versus being someone who just going through and biting everyone's head off, right? They're like, what is it? What is a T-Rex? And it's like small arms, big head, big mouth, can't really do anything by himself and goes around and just bites people's heads off all day long, right? And you may be able to think of people in your household or people in your life, people in your past life that behave like that. And so, to run through it, a T-Rex manager develops followers. They need to be needed. They focus on weaknesses. They develop the bottom 20%. They hoard power. They spend time with others. They manage, they maintain, ask how and when, focus on structure and policy, rely on control, and need to do things right? A coach leader, right? Someone who's coaching, they develop leaders. They need to be succeeded. They want people to be better than them. They focus on strengths. They develop the top 30% of their business instead of developing the bottom. They give away power. They invest time in others. They innovate. They develop. They ask what, why, who. Focus on people, inspire trust, and do the right things. And so it's just a very insightful concept about our business and how maybe the way you manage it, maybe the way you've seen other people manage and help people, or the way you behave in your home, right? Are you creating an environment where in your home life, you're helping develop strengths and you're helping grow and innovate in your home or your business, wherever, to versus being someone that just walks around just barking orders because I said so, right? And that was a very insightful concept. Anything you took away from that, Hayden?
Yeah, one of the examples that Tom talked about is he had a flight to like Australia, and his flight to LA, the connector was basically late, and he had his ticket, and they're like, no, actually, the ticket's not valid. And he talked about how usually in the past he would bite their head off and go crazy, like a lot of us, probably would, especially in an airport. Those are always stressful times. But instead, he remembered this principle, and he's like, what's biting their head off and getting angry with them, what is that going to do? So he took a step back. He basically reasoned with them and tried to find a solution instead of just attacking them. And what do you know, he got a seat on the plane. He got to go to Australia and do his event. So just in every decision, every situation that we have, keeping this in mind, it's really easy, I think, for a lot of us to go into the T-Rex mode, but just taking a deep breath and trying to be a coach leader in almost every situation, it's going to turn out so much better for you and all the people involved.
Awesome. So this was a cool example of basically how, so if we look across the top, right, being a coach leader is someone who has vision, values, virtues, and growth and goals, right? They want to attract top performers, right? Who wouldn't want to recruit another 30 family producer, right? Drop a 30 in the chat below if you want to recruit more 30 family producers. They want to become the best version of themselves so they can accomplish their purpose, their why, and their dreams, right? So so focusing on that versus a T-Rex leader, right? Someone who is just trying to get people to follow them, trying to fill the IP list with just anybody that shows up, trying to just keep, hire some mirror foggers, right? And so coach leaders focus on purpose and accountability, and zombies, which is the worst quality that you could possibly have in T-Rex leaders, focus on completely being in control and just getting pleasure as fast as you can, right? Versus, life is about discipline. Life is about putting yourself in a position where you're going to refuse future reward to take over and satisfy, refuse immediate reward to create a life where you can satisfy your needs forever, right? That's a bigger goal. That's a dream alignment. That's putting yourself in a position where you're creating a true business by not just hiring every random person and buying everybody leads and doing everything you can for everyone. Is you lead yourself, right? Become a top performer, then become a coach leader, and then you set precedent of whom you're going to allow within your team. So that was a very insightful concept. One of the things that they really talked about too was on your team or in businesses today, a top performers versus zombies is only 32% of people are truly engaged in their work, and they're pedaling like crazy trying to build something. 50% are just disengaged, just hanging out and coasting. And 18% are actively disengaged in the work and are causing resistance. And to me, this just kind of really, you think about the agents that, they want to quit, right? They're giving you all the excuses. And I mean, I'm the biggest cheerleader with the brightest pom-poms in town. But people that are trying to hurt our business are no longer assets, they're liabilities. And this kind of really gave us a really insightful sort of understanding of, your top 32% of your team is the ones that you should be focusing all your effort on. Should you try to re-engage the 50%? Of course. And the bottom 18% are ones you should probably put on as earned and let them go, right? Because they're not doing anything but either, making noise in group chats, or they're, talking, spreading drama, whatever, in other people's ears. Like, they're not helping fulfill your business. What did you pull from this, Hayden?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really just looking at the image, you can see exactly. But I think a lot of us, I think, everyone, we equip everyone we can, and I think sometimes we're trying to, some people, there's basically a phrase of reviving the dead. Same thing here, the zombies, and you can't do that. And so, give everyone a fair shot, give everyone your attention. But when people start to prove to you that they're either not going to do it or they just don't care, then at that point you need to really focus on, the people that are the people that are pedaling like crazy. If you look at the image here, just one person that's causing resistance compared to the three that are, working, and then the 4 or 5 that are just chilling there, it's going to slow down your team. And so when that happens, you just need to know how to see it right away and then cut bait if we need to.